Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Looks great.
Season 8.
Bum.
Bum. Oh my god, Dragon, Aaron Carter's coming to town. It's Aaron Carter.
I think you mean Here Comes Aaron Carter, but yes.
Dragon, aren't you excited?
Not the word I'd choose.
All right, so folks, this was basically the one where I was like, every year essentially what I do for Christmas in July, it's been a tradition where I want to find the weirdest one that I can. I want to find a Christmas special where it's like where the premise just grabs me, or there's just something about it where it's like, okay, that sounds like either weird or just really cheesy or kind of like floating in the so bad it's good territory. And Dragon, this year my research led me to this. But you know what? This is some nostalgic bad cheesiness. I have no idea if you have any sort of attachment at all to Aaron Carter or Lizzie McGuire, but I do. I do to a certain extent. As I'm sure I've already mentioned this before, but my sister was really into Lizzie McGuire as kids, and Dragon, I was honestly kind of along for the ride. Like, I'm more nostalgic for Lizzie McGuire than I am for I would say pretty much any other show of the archetype, of the sitcom starring the tween starlet that either Disney or Nickelodeon was trying to push out at the time. And honestly, the main reason for that is that I do think the show has the key ingredient of solid parent characters, which we'll get into with this episode. I think they both kind of shine in this episode. Also, as a young boy, I very much like the younger brother and the Gordon character. I thought they were both, or Gordo. I thought they were both solid characters for the male demographic. And I like the animation. The animation was a good selling point. The little doodle Lizzie. So, Dragon, I definitely watched my fair share of this show, and I vividly remember going to see the movie with my sister. So, yeah, I do have some nostalgia. Now, as far as Aaron Carter goes, Dragon, all I can say is that, my God, I remember a time when Aaron's Party, parentheses, come get it, was the biggest thing on the radio. Do you remember Aaron's Party, come get it?
Not really, Tiki.
Really? You don't remember Aaron's Party, come get it?
I have negative Aaron Carter memories, all right? I've tried to purge them. I just...
But Dragon, he's a pop star.
I have...
All right. So, really quick, overall, I think this episode, kind of shows, oh God, Lizzie McGuire does not hold up at all. At least the early episodes don't, because this is bad. This is really bad. It kind of shocked me. I will say the big problem with this thing is the editing, Dragon. I don't know. There's just something about the pace of this thing where it feels like it's on fast forward or something. And honestly, this is one of the only sitcoms I've ever watched where I'm actually kind of missing the laugh track. I honestly feel like this kind of show could actually benefit from a laugh track in some respects, because there's just kind of some awkward silences, and I feel like the laugh track would kind of at least make the cheesy humor a little bit more bearable. That being said, I do think that there's some funny bits with the parents, and like you kind of pointed out off air, I feel like some of the hijinks with the security guard, they kind of vaguely remind me of the Amanda Show, which I feel like, in spite of all the weird fucking shit that's coming out around the Amanda Show, still oddly holds up in some ways.
Amanda Show's still funny. I mean, now that we know...
at least as far as the humor goes. Yeah. Dragon, I don't know. This thing is just, it's something else. First of all, let's just when I heard the premise of like, oh, okay, so it's like, it's kind of riffing on the whole idea that they shoot Christmas specials early, and I was kind of into that, and I kind of thought it sort of supported our Christmas.
Yeah, that part absolutely felt. I was surprised. Oh my god, that's absolutely up our alley. Exactly what we can do.
And then the execution was just like, oh, the Dragon. I will wager to say, this might be the least Christmas that we've ever like. The Mrs. Butters episode had more Christmas in it than this did. I'm not even saying that in a sarcastic way. I'm saying like the Miss Butters episode had a very limited amount of Christmas, but the Christmas we got was like Christmas overload. It was like blue meth Christmas.
And
this was just like I don't even know what this is besides just some elf costumes and some and a Christmas tree in the background and a mistletoe gag. I don't know what this was, Dragon.
Any way you slice it, that Mrs. Butters episode, Last Holiday from Supernatural, not only did, I know it wasn't like big on Christmas, but not only did we get Christmas, we got Boxing Day.
All right. So, Dragon, I know you're kind of chomping at the bits to tear into this one, so go ahead.
Yeah, so my so I did watch Lizzie McGuire back in the day. I was, for the dumbest reason, I think you might have brought it up at some point. We brought up Lizzie McGuire before, but yeah, I was kind of sucked in by just very simple. Oh my god, there's an animated Lizzie in this show.
Right. It's a very simple ploy.
And it was very like, okay, there's
get people in.
Put an animation into our live action show. All right, we're zhuzhing it up a bit, and of course, when you really realize, oh yeah, well, it's more about the the girl in the family, but the animated Lizzie's kind of there.
But also, Dragon, you and I are both huge fans of As Told by Ginger. Am I right about that?
Yeah, huge, yeah.
So I feel like As Told by Ginger really was the show of the era that very much transcended gender demographics. Like, As Told by Ginger is, like, to use a phrase that I think the kids are still using today, As Told by Ginger is fire.
Put it this way, As Told by Ginger really holds up. I'll admit, it does waver in a few places. In terms, like, there are some clunker episodes, like any show. Of course, like any show, really. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of the offshoot. Like, what if we took kind of the animated, kind of teen girl, but we actually did a show about it outside of like the Awesome Spy kind of show with Kim Possible? If we did kind of the more grounded version of that, and that's pretty much what we got. But yeah, so yeah, I had watched the Lizzie McGuire. I remember the Lizzie McGuire movie and stuff, and it was it was charming enough. I had this weird aphasia where I swear to you, for years, and I looked going back to the well here, I kind of realized, oh my god. I would have bet you all of King Midas's silver that Max.
I still love that analogy every time you use it.
Yeah, it's from Dodgeball. Anyway, that Max, the kid from Max Keebler's Big Move, was Matt. From Liz McGuire, and it's not.
I know. I had
and here's
that
why.
Moment too. I'm glad you brought that up because I literally had that moment when I was rewatching that episode of like, wait, is that Max from Mask? By the way, that movie, do you have as much nostalgia for that random ass fucking movie as I do?
I do, but I'm afraid it doesn't. I'm afraid how it's.
I'm sure it doesn't hold up. I'm sure of it.
Right, but yeah, I'll tell you why we have that. I'll tell you why you and I think a whole lot of people have that aphasia. I discovered why.
Okay.
So if I recall correctly, my perusing. Same father. They had Robert Carradine as the father of both of those, and a kid who's almost identical in look. Alex DeLince versus Jake Thomas.
That's weird. You know what else is weird, Dragon? The security guard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a Grunberg. So
yes, it's Brad Grunberg. That's Greg Grunberg's brother. Yes.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I know. When I was watching it, I had the same thing. Oh my god, that's got to be. I did a double take. Wait a minute, that's.
I hate to say it, but he was giving me I say this in the most positive way I possibly can. Think of him as the comedic actor before he is the producer. But the security guard was kind of giving me a Dan Schneider vibe.
Sure.
A comedic actor Dan Schneider vibe.
Right. Those are the kind of comparisons I wanted to avoid, Tiki. But yeah, sure, yeah.
No, I know. Yeah. It's messy, but you know what I mean.
But I know, I absolutely get your
the mold for that kind of character, unfortunately.
Right. Anywho, so I mean, with the Aaron Carter role, my exposure to Aaron Carter was kind of the offshoot of the Jimmy Neutron movie, in which he did, a lot of his songs were used in that. That was kind of, but then unfortunately, I was kind of, Aaron Carter was big at that time, and I'm
oh yeah,
so
he
big,
was.
so I remember the Aaron Carter buzz, and for a moment, because out of curiosity, the Jimmy Neutron thing, I did look into it, and I regretted it, and it was not good. It was just that was honestly, I don't know if that's when my hatred of boy bands and pop stars started. I'm not sure. Of like the young teen pop star kind of began. It was kind of festered, and then just kind of went to like the Carter brother. Was it like which was like the Backstreet Boys?
Nick Carter was Backstreet Boys,
right? And
Dragon, I will say Backstreet Boys, out of like all the boy bands, like I would say their music kind of holds up.
Well, here's the thing. Again,
their music is good in like just kind of like a very simple earwormy type way.
This is the weirdest thing where I'm not actively seeking these guys out, but what happens is they keep popping up in things I would watch. Like the Backstreet Boys had a whole special for Arthur, the Arthur show, which unfortunately is now ending this year.
And then they recently popped up in the trailer for Turning Red.
Oh, you're right. That's what that song. That was them. Yeah, you're right.
Period piece. Which makes me feel old that we're making period pieces about my childhood.
Wait, what?
Whatever.
Seeing Red's a period piece?
I'm pretty sure it's set in the late 90s, early 2000s.
You sure it wasn't just like a song pull? You sure?
No, I'm I'm not entirely sure, but I'm fairly sure.
All right. Okay. Regardless, the point being, I just
the thing I am really excited about with Turning Red that I am sure about is that it's going to be a love letter to Canada.
I know, I'm looking forward to that. But,
yeah.
Anyways. So regardless, again, I have no love for Aaron Carter. So when you brought this episode, I was like, oh no. And I just, and then of course I'm watching the episode.
Like Aaron Carter, the Baja Men.
Yeah. So.
God.
All right. So let's just
Baja Men Dragon.
So can we just talk about the episode?
All right. Fair enough.
Anyway. All right, so
Greg, any illuminating background you have on this episode?
Haven't we done enough? Can't we? Okay, you want some? I was gonna save the background for the episode. You want me to talk about it now?
Let's dive. What?
I have background. I was gonna save it for the episode. You want me to talk? No,
sprinkle it in.
All right, because you already blew through half of it with Grunberg, thanks to you. So.
All right.
Anyway, so anyways,
okay, strap yourselves in, folks. It's going to be a while before we get to anything remotely Christmas related.
All right, so Lizzie barrels into the cafeteria with some big news, some big exposition, and in doing so,
God, Greg, I'm going to have a hard time getting through this one.
Yeah, well, you picked it.
Right off the bat, we just have this fucking really lame pratfall where she's just like, guys, and she just runs right into this.
This show overuses slow-mo a lot, looking back on it.
Uh-huh.
And that's the thing, too, because I got distracted by the Aaron Carter roles. That's the thing. Unfortunately, Lizzie McGuire is going back to it, with this episode at least, which I've never gone back to it since I watched through it, back when it would air. Pre the Disney Plus era.
I would like to think, because this is only episode 7, so,
yeah.
I would like to think it gets better with time.
I
don't know. I feel like that's optimistic.
Plus, this episode, one bit of background I will tell you. This episode is out of order tremendously, as in this is a thing that I think was supposed to be in season 2, technically.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, dude.
Yeah, because,
Disney Plus.
Well, basically, my cursory reading on things, it's that, the friend who wants to be a singer, like, that plot line didn't develop till later in season 1, and, so it's either at the end of 1 or the top of 2 it's supposed to happen.
Jesus. Okay, well, there goes my theory of it being an early episode.
Well, I mean, again, it aired early. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, the way they, kind of made and produced it, but more on that.
All right, so one note I have, Dragon, you can tell me if I'm off on this, but oddly enough, I was not expecting this, but we have too many cutaways to animated Lizzie.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, of course, the conceit of the anime, like, it's the 13-year-old girl's brain, but animated, which, I mean, obviously now we're very on board for, but still, even then, it's just, we cut back a little too often with basically, it's like, hey, we need the punchline for this scene, so bring in the cartoon.
Yeah, it happens way too much, honestly. Like, man, I don't know. Like, I think as a kid, I just really liked it just because it was engaging. You know, I feel like at that age, we were still kind of like transitioning out of like, oh, look, it's a cartoon, so therefore it's visually stimulating.
I like the device, I like the conceit, but yeah, I think we pushed the button a little too often here. But the top, though, this is kind of worn to the whole, like, 13, 13, I can't run and walk, I can't run and talk at the same time.
I mean, except for the fact that rat hole in itself is just kind of like a weird way to start, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So basically, long story short, we expo that Aaron Carter is coming here to shoot a music video for his Christmas special. Which
oh my God, Dragon! They said the word Christmas.
Hallelujah!
Dragon, bask up the mention of the word Christmas because that's the last we're gonna get of it for a while.
For a while, I can hear a faint ringing of Carol of the Bells, but it's not quite in full crescendo yet.
Wait, hold on. Like she says his holiday video shoots tomorrow, so it's like, so do they not even call it Christmas? Is it just a holiday video?
I assumed Christmas. I mean, did I miss holiday? Is it say holiday? I just
had the closed captioning and it says holiday.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's a Thanksgiving.
It's not even Christmas, Dragon. It's like, oh God. Anyway,
so doing the Thanksgiving video.
And honestly, it's like it is. Gordo. I really like how Gordo, man. He is.
I've always liked Gordo.
I think he still holds up. Honestly,
yeah, Gordo. You're absolutely right, Dave. I'm still a big fan of Gordo from Lizzie McGuire. Yeah.
I think it was a clever thing to put him in for the male demographic because. Honestly, Dragon, at that time period, especially, what little, what 13-year-old boy didn't want to be a filmmaker or photographer or something to do with visual arts? I feel like our generation really was into that specifically.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Gordo's always been a great character with that. So he's expositing, like, yeah, they need like 10 months to fill in all the special effects, which... I don't know about that. I question the logistics of that. I feel like you need like maybe a couple months, but whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't think they want to spell out. Plus, there's a question: how much does Gordo know at 13 or so? I mean, like about the production. He wants to get on the production process, but it's still like they're trying to time it for Christmas, being the operative thing. It's.
By the way, one thing I really do like about this show. You already kind of mentioned it, but I do kind of appreciate that all three of the characters have like genuinely achievable career goals at a young age.
If Lizzie wants to be a reporter, Gordo wants to be a filmmaker, and Miranda wants to be a singer.
Yeah, I don't know. I just appreciate that. Like, I just think that's a positive message for for young people.
Yeah.
That they're already looking towards their careers. All right, anyway.
So Gordo asks, again, kind of all the boys in the audience question here, who's Aaron Carter?
I love how it's like Lizzie and Miranda don't even dignify this response.
so they have no idea where the shoot is.
It'd basically be like walking into church and asking who Jesus is.
Yeah, hey, who's the guy on the cross? He's bumming out the room. Why is he up there? Anyway, so regardless, so they're wondering where they have no idea where the shoot is, and then Gordo says, "Oh, maybe you should pose it to the guy who knows about filmmaking." He says, "I'll tell you, but you gotta tell me who Aaron Carter is." So basically, they spell it out: Aaron Carter, singer, dancer, and he's only 13.
Oh God. Oh jeez. All right, Dragon, I will say this is where a lot of the soap at its good qualities come from. Just the over-the-top hero worship of Aaron Carter.
The thing about Aaron Carter is he's just so unremarkable when you look at him.
I know. That's the thing. Yeah,
so he's a 13-year-old boy So he's
honestly, that plays... I genuinely think the mistletoe scene is hilarious, but we'll get there.
So he's a 13-year-old boy who sounds like a 13-year-old girl. Okay. Anyway, so then we have this the great line, like, put on the bumper sticker from Gordo. This would be a lot more exciting if I was a 13-year-old girl. All right, so essentially, they figure Gordo can pinpoint the location of the photo of the music video shoot. And basically they kind of set up the Wizard of Oz kind of goals here, where I can interview Aaron Carter for the web scene, Tiki.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. So Gordo can film it. Basically, Lizzie has the press badge from school she can use. Miranda can sing for him, and Gordo can make a behind the scene documentary. He hopes to do a little behind the scene documentary of the whole affair, which I'm down.
They're really big at film festivals.
Yep, the behind the scenes documentaries always kill at the film festivals,
which is not true at all.
Sadly. So the point being, they got a 24-hour window for their date with Destiny, with the Wizard of Oz, essentially.
Oh God! Oh fucking Aaron Carter! Just the fact that this is all building to Aaron Carter just makes this all kind of hilarious to me.
Yep, and the fact that it's not. You're right, dude. We build them up. Like it's not.
We build them up, man. Like there was honestly a point in this episode where it's like, wait a minute, are we even gonna does he even appear in the episode?
Me too. Exactly. I have the same exact thoughts. I checked the time on the. Wait a minute.
Right.
Are you telling me they pulled like a Goldberg's? We can't go to Disneyland, but we got to talk about
it.
Oh, like we can't go on Star Tours, but we. Anyway. Okay. I was really looking forward to them to go on Star Tours, and I don't think if I recall, they didn't do that, and that bugged me.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. So the Goldbergs is a '70s show, right?
'80s, Tiki.
Okay, good. That fits the time period.
Why do you think '70s? It's always we've talked like about 5 or 6 episodes of the Gold. Anyway.
All right.
All right. So point being, we had a goal for the episode. Meanwhile, so we have a solid start here with Gordo. Logically, he's narrowing down the locations because you're going to need space. The spatial requirements. They have like a map. They're putting some X's on there. Okay, that's good thinking, Gordo. My kind of guy. All right, yay, Gordo. Taking the logical approach here. We have animated, Lizzie kind of in spy gear and everything. Kind of Leslie in the animated cutaway. All right. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's someone nice. The parents who are giving points. Joe McGuire, man, I gotta tell you, solid.
Joe McGuire, she's not in a ton of this episode, but she is absolutely the highlight.
Yeah. Joe McGuire, gets the Fonzarelli thumbs up to me. It's like, yay. Like the Fonz giving the thumbs up to Mrs. C.
I literally haven't seen the movie since I saw it in theaters, but I seem to remember her having a pretty decent role in it.
I could see that. I could see myself if I were to rewatch Lizzie McGuire, which I don't think I'm inclined to do. But if I did, I think Joe McGuire hit me in the right spot. It's like, yeah, you go, Joe. Yeah. God. You get it done, man.
So she's saying that they're going to order pizza. She's offering Gordo and Miranda to stay for dinner. Mrs. McGuire, have we ever turned down a free meal?
I'll take that as a yes. Mrs. McG.
So we have a little time lapse, and they're literally like fucking putting X's it's like dozens of X's all over the map, Dragon. They are not doing a good job of
Gordo was wrong. It was not easy at all. So then enter our little Deus Ex Machina. Who's not Max Keebler.
He's got like the spiky hair and the red.
I know, it looks identical to him.
He looks specifically like Max Keebler, right? Not even the actor, just the character.
It convinces me that Lizzie McGuire might have been doing well at the time, and they wanted to do an offshoot with the brother, but they didn't.
God.
It makes me feel like a prototype for Max.
But Max Keebler was a Nickelodeon movie, right?
I don't know, Tiki. I think.
Okay, hold on.
Josh Peck is in it.
Search. I want to say it's Nickelodeon. Hold on.
I think Josh Peck is in it, which makes me
exactly. Yeah,
but I don't know.
Also, it's Max Keeble, not Max Keebler.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, I've been doing it too. And it is a Disney movie, weirdly enough.
I swear to you. Before we did this, I was looking through some books, and I saw this thing where there was like, okay, real quick, there was this cover. It was kind of a dramatic story of inner city kids and youth. It was like Speedy helping the inner city kids.
Oh God!
And it was sponsored by the Keebler Elf, so it's like very dark, kind of real world story, like PSA for the kids up in the corner.
No.
Happy little Keebler Elf.
All right.
That's why Keebler's on my mind with this Keeble thing. But anyway,
got it 29% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, that's about right from what I That's the thing. Basically, here's the thing. Max Keebler, when we make the turn, that's when things
Is that
go
the only Disney movie that Josh Peck has ever been in?
Honestly, I think so.
Maybe, anyways.
Regardless, okay, so my it was Max Keeble's big move. Basically, the problem is when he doesn't move. That's when the movie kind of deflates from when he doesn't move.
See,
that's why I'm afraid to go back to, because I remember liking everything up to that point, but then it's the deflation of reality. Like, he's not moving. That's what all the charm was. He was. Anyway.
You know what that kind of reminds me of, like the kiddie version of Christmas with the Cranks.
I never thought of it that way. You are kind of right. It's sort of like, it's very much like we're not doing this, but we are doing it in the third act.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyways, back to this stupid fucking.
The good news is, it's so odd. There's so much other interesting things to talk about, but this.
Right.
Okay, anyway, so point being, Matt walks in.
Oh,
and
God.
he's grabbing some pizza, and he's also providing some solutions here. Where
you see, Dragon, he's got the Batman solution. It's always a warehouse.
Yep.
Always a warehouse.
Yep. Secretly, Lizzie McGuire takes place in Gotham, which would have made that show hold up, I imagine, tremendously well if we actually went back to it and wasn't Gotham.
It's like Lizzie McGuire becomes like a fucking supervillain who has a split personality.
Gordo grows a mustache.
Oh no! Oh, all right.
Anyway, so the point being, that Gordo's thinking like, oh, maybe it was like that whole cafeteria hoax about there's some joke about something about the food in the cafeteria. Anyway, I butchered that. All right, so anyway. It's no lies. Actually, he's absolutely going to be there, and like we cut away to the whole Toad Boy thing. It was like kind of a frog interfering on our little heist. The animated Lizzie. This is like, no, Lanny or Laney. Someone told him. Essentially,
I don't really think it matters.
Doesn't matter. You're right. The point being, they heard. He says, "Oh, yeah, it's absolutely happening. I heard it, and it's gonna." He knows exactly where it is. So then they have like this very ill-timed. Like, why are they huddling? So we have this weird group huddle.
Yeah, and Dragon. The episode is just filled with like weird non sequitur things like this.
Yeah, or it's like, okay, well, he has something we want. We got to trade him for the information. Like, should we give him lava lamps? No. He wants to come, so he wants to come, and of course he's like, no, we don't, they don't want him to come. Well, he did pass as a super genius for one day, which again, because things are out of sequence, the episode hasn't happened yet, so.
I mean, honestly, I feel like throughout the episode, he proves to be the most competent out of any of them by a
That's what I'm saying. I'm sold more on the boy than I am anyone else. Well, the boy Gordo, and Joe McGuire. There we go, trifecta. Outside of that,
right?
Not sold. Anyway, so Again, in my notes before I realized, I said, yeah, he's going to be Max Keebler after all. He's a clever kid. Max Keeble, after all, he's a clever kid. But obviously, he's not that either. Okay. He pretended to be Max Keeble. That's why one episode was a movie, actually. All right. So he gives away the location. We're at the Renmar warehouses, which means he's been suckered. We got the location. We don't need the boy. Until now, the boy is blackmail material over their head. I'm going to tell the rents. Unless you take me along. So there we go. Tomorrow morning, be there. Don't wake the rents. What do you think about that? It's going back to the old nostalgia, calling them the rents.
I don't even remember that from the old show, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's me and John. I haven't heard that. I couldn't remember either. So
I know. To be honest with you, it does feel like very like early 2000s, like Rocket Power kind of dialogue.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so Sam McGuire returns, played by Robert Carradine, someone from the Carradine dynasty.
Yeah, and I do like him as well. I don't think he really shines, but he's fine. He seems like a pretty prototypical sitcom dad.
I remember really liking Sam McGuire, but this episode did not do him many favors. But
what do you have a problem with?
I mean, I'm sorry. What I mean to say is I don't think he wowed me as much as he didn't feel like the well.
No, I mean, I don't think he did anything offensive though. He was just kind of like there.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not really like a. I guess like I was gonna say it's not much more kind of a Sam McGuire centered episode, but then again, obviously it's the girl show, so what sense would that make?
Right.
I don't know. Well, the point being, I mean, I think other episodes may have serviced him better, but I can't recall. So, no. All right, so yeah, so he comes home. He had dinner with a chatty client. Ergo, he doesn't want any pizza, but he did score some backstage passes to Aaron Carter for the kids.
Dragon, if only they would just tell them now, and so much trouble could be spared.
Yep, we'll give it to the kids.
Just like, oh no, we'll surprise them in the morning.
So the sitcom irony bound.
If only, Dragon.
I feel it was way too convenient that he just happened to get two Aaron Carter
it totally
tickets.
was, yeah.
Yeah, plus for a shoot, it's not even like a concert or anything, just for the backstage. Like, this seems way too convenient. All right, so they Lizzie left a note, essentially saying, "Yeah, we're going out. We're gonna be doing stuff. And we're dragging little brother along. We'll be back soon." All right, so the plan essentially is we're gonna breeze through security like we own the place. Then Matt brings a bag that is Plan B for when that plan inevitably fails, which of course it does. Otherwise, the episode would be half the length. All right, so we're at the Renmore warehouses. We meet our security guard, who's played by Brad Grunberg, Greggy's brother.
God.
No, I can tell you, like, the Grunbergs always kind of. I think we need more Grunbergs in the world. It's like, yeah, it's Brad Grunberg. Yeah.
I've always appreciated Greg Grunberg.
Yeah.
I always have.
Yeah, I'm always delighted to see Greg Grunberg pop up.
He was a pilot in Lost, and he got killed off in the fucking first episode. The pilot got killed off in the pilot. It's kind of a pun.
Yep.
Sure. All right. Anyways.
Yep, we killed more pilots than the Red Baron. Okay. So, and again, look, let's face it, the security guard is no Barney or Ralph, from Animaniacs or Amanda Show, but, still some fun guard stuff,
I mean, like I said, Dragon, it feels like very prototypical, like sitcom security guard of the era. It kind of brings me back,
I love the cheesy, like the runner where he's eating in every scene. I don't mean he just happens to be eating. I mean he's going out of his way to eat in every scene. Like every time he's chasing these kids, he's holding like a plate of something. It's crazy. All right, so Miranda walks in. This is a dumb joke. Like Miranda's walking on hallowed ground, so she like removes her shoes. Like Aaron Carter walked in the street. Come on, man, he's not the second coming. Come on.
I don't. Again, Dragon, I find that kind of stuff just sort of funny just because of how over the top it is.
He didn't even walk there. He probably was dropped off. I'm saying, like, come on, Miranda. You're not even on the set yet.
Like, she's probably taller than him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so then they do the Beatles walk. It was a cute gag.
I did appreciate the Beatles walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actually a good use of the slow-mo. A little Beatles walk.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Then we do a Wes Anderson. I'm sorry. At first, the security guard's like, "Excuse me, can I see your passes?" So Lizzie shows him the pass, and then it transitions to a very Wes Anderson-esque close-up of the letter that she wrote the parents. "Mom and Dad, I'm working on a project with Miranda and Gordo. Matt's also helping. We'll be back soon. Love, Lizzie."
Yep. So basically, the parents, they're figuring, okay, well, yeah, you head down to the shoot. I'll bring them when they return. Then basically, you'll give them the passes. That's essentially what the plan is there. And then we have kind of what I like to call kind of a little Carson here. This is what I would call a fly buzzing around joke, and it's kind of like a dead air, just a joke that falls on dead ears, where it's just like, I can't believe I'm gonna meet Aaron Carter. It just says like a little girl, and just I'm practicing the fin with the kids.
Okay, I'm glad you bring up the dead air thing, because I remember when I said the laugh track thing. I feel like that is the specific kind of joke that would actually play better if there was a laugh track.
I believe it.
Because it's like the dead air. It's like you can just picture where the laugh track would go,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyways, I don't know. I can still appreciate how over the top the actor gets in that one moment.
Right. Okay, let's see. So we reveal again after the It's basically, again, Lizzie just basically showed her very obviously high school, press badge as if she were an actual member of the press, and did not land them in trouble. At least it didn't get them in. Like, they're sitting on the outside. It's unclear if, like, the security guard is, like, putting them in a timeout or something. Not
yeah,
timeout,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because at first I thought that was the case, but then it's like they just kind of keep going back to that spot. So
yeah,
it's
that's
like,
the thing. I don't know if he's
I kind of feel like what I read it as is that it's just they're just kind of chilling at the at the point where it's public space and not private space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's my impression of it. But again, it kind of makes me think like he might be, because he eventually calls the parents. I don't know. But how the heck would he get their number, though? That's my real question. How do we get the number?
Like, maybe the teacher makes them have like an emergency contact number on the press badge.
But on a press badge, though?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like a safety precaution. It's like if they're going out and interviewing people, you never know.
Well, you're right. I mean, here's the thing. Then would not have tracked, but now absolutely you want to do that. Yes.
right.
Interviewing a bunch of sickos these days, man. Okay. So let's see. So the point that the kids are sitting out there is kind of contemplating their next move. Like, it's going to go get our way past security. Oh man, it costs $5 to replace that press pass, man.
Oh dear God! Back when $5 was actually a big amount of money. Do you remember that?
Simpler times,
right?
All right, so then we have Plan B. In the bag, we have elf costumes from the
Oh my God! Did you say elf costumes? We actually have more Christmas stuff?
Yes, and not just that, Tiki.
Oh God!
We got elf costumes. We got Christmas photos, Christmas card photos.
Oh my God!
Got Sam McGuire.
We got to savor this, man. We got to savor this.
We got Sam McGuire. Get ready for it. Dressed as jolly old Saint Nick.
Okay, I got to admit, the fact that it's specifically Christmas card costumes is clever.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that. All right, so Miranda's kind of protesting at first. She's like, I am not singing for Aaron dressed as an elf.
But the boy makes a very compelling point with the fact of like, hey.
He is literally the only competent one in the room, man.
Yeah.
He's literally the only one operating with a brain here.
Yeah, it's like, hey, they're
good. It's like a holiday video. Hello. Yep. I mean, it doesn't work, but it's a decent shot, A for effort.
See, like, some animated Lizzie as an elf, and it's kind of dressed like an elf now, and some stuff like that. All right, so Matt's going as, this is really clever. I like this joke. So Matt is going as Aaron Carter, using like some of Lizzie's wardrobe.
Do you think that's a jab on how short Aaron Carter is?
Yes, I do, and I loved it.
Right.
Yeah. Is Aaron Carter Canadian, you think?
Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
I was wondering if they're trying to breed these. I'm just wondering if they're trying to breed like kind of sort of these like the kind of the Canadian pop star archetype.
Yeah.
Short blonde hair, kind of boyish type.
Like Aaron Carter was the Biebs of his time.
That's what I'm saying, right? He was, right?
I would say so. I think honestly, I think Biebs is maybe a little bit more talented than him.
Well, I mean, more obnoxious, but sure. I don't know. I don't like his. I hate his music more. I don't know. At least Carter had like a couple songs. At least I get why they were pop. I get why they worked. I don't know why. Apparently, a whole religion around them for like the Mirandas of the world. But Okay. So point being, so Matt's going as dressed as Aaron Carter. So let's see. So we have a guard. Now the guard has a banana. That doesn't fly with him. But Matt gets in because a crew guy walks by and he says, "Oh yeah, you're at the stand. The stand's got to be on set at all times." So he passes like, "Oh my God, he's like the stunt double for Aaron Carter for the video, essentially. The stand, the guy for the lighting and everything. While Aaron's like, taking his sweet old time in his trailer." Okay, so Gordo suggests that the next plan involve this is even more for the Keebler thing. It's in this episode too. We mentioned it.
Oh God, I
forgot about that. So yeah, Gordo suggests next plan involve living in a tree and then baking cookies.
Right.
Keebler elves, or in this case, the Keeble elves.
All right, so then Sam McGuire comes through and they see him and they think, weirdly correctly, even though it's not really the case with Sam, that they think that they called the parents.
I mean, yeah, but eventually they do that. It's just kind of, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
this
it's
episode
just weirdly out of sync with the time, right?
It's just the episode has the weird plot contrivances for like getting them there, and then we subvert a bit later. Which, I mean, yay for the subversion, but still, it's like we keep going there anyway. Why are we? It's just really weird how we contrive that the parents are going there, but they don't know that this feels like lazy Frasier to me. That's what it feels like.
I think lazy Frasier is giving it too much credit.
Well, you know what I mean. Like Frasier perfected the comic misunderstanding. Frasier's like top tier of like these characters don't like. It's a ballet of misunderstanding.
If Frasier perfected that, and Three's Company kind of started that.
Sure.
Then I would say this is like a lazy Three's Company.
Okay, there you go. Fair enough. Like Frasier's like a ballet of the misunderstanding that kind of basically was introduced a little bit in Cheers, but then Frasier went full tilt with.
Totally.
All right. So anyway, yeah. So the point being, we have kind of a Ferris Bueller kind of moment. Where we're like, oh my god, is that my son? Or in this case, is that Lizzie? We're like, nah, it couldn't be. So he drives off the kind of Trojan horse their way along with the car. Again, they figure like, the parents have been called, which means, okay, we got to find Aaron, we got to get Matt, got to avoid Dad, and we got to get out.
Right.
All right.
Aaron is, of course, the number one priority.
Yes. Aaron Carr, no problemo. I can do 4 things at once, says the animated Lizzie. All right. So foolishly, they ditched their elf costumes.
Yeah, a couple stupid things. They ditched their elf costumes, and then for the documentary that Gordo's making, they're like, "No, get us a shot of us breaking in."
This was
like
the dumbest moment.
Have us on camera breaking in, because that's the smart thing to do.
This was the dumbest moment in the episode.
I mean, it's like it's dumb for 2 reasons. It's dumb because it's like the goal is to do this fast. Like they just established, like, okay, we got to find Aaron, we got to get Matt, we got to get out, and then they're literally just like, okay, like let's fuck. Like they're not even invested in Gordon's documentary as much as he is, so it's like, why would they be like, why would they insist on it if he isn't even that interested in it? And then also, like I said, it's just like, if you are going to be in any sort of legal trouble, it's not a good idea to shoot any of this.
What I'll give them credit a little bit on that front, and that the fact of like, you see all these documentaries where eventually they show like how they snuck into a place and then they end up fine anyway. So I mean, I'm not necessarily bothered by it. Here's what I'm bothered by. Here's what's stupid about it. It's the fact of like, hey, let's do this right now out in the open and not look behind us where there's the guard.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what I think is the dumbest thing in the episode. Guys, I mean, look, you want to do a little like behind the scenes, like, hey guys,
it is like such a buy. It is such a buy to get us to where the plot needs us to go.
Not a buy, so there's no truth in this art. All right. So it's about to be the shortest documentary ever, which then leads to a chase with a very tired guard, easily escapable.
Is it really a chase, Dragon? Is it really a chase? It's more of like a light sprint down a hallway.
Sure, but in an open space, yeah. By the way, we have kind of Christmassy stuff on the sets, like giant snowflakes and sleighs, candy canes. All right, so we have the craft service spread, which of course includes donuts. So of course this is great.
I just have in my notes, Doug Walker weeps.
All right. Yeah, darn right he weeps. So we have the so donuts apparently are for the crew only, and then we have Sam enter here, essentially pitching his own sitcom about a dad and his wacky life to a caterer. Again, kind of a fly joke, but it's
it's called the Sam McGuire Show.
God. Anyway, so then of course the whole like I just love like they're so persnickety about like, hey, donuts for the crew only. I love that pays off though. I'll give them that on the donut joke. All right, so the kids hide in a Santa bag on a sleigh. Huh? So meanwhile, Mom gets a message that that there's a problem. Lizzie on the set, essentially that, like Miss McGuire, your daughter is causing some trouble. We'd like you to come and get her.
Okay, now this might be the funniest beat in the whole episode, honestly. She takes a peek, and then from behind, she sees Matt in the fucking blonde wig. And she's just like, oh my god, it's him. We're in his presence.
God, it's so dumb. It's just like, really? I mean, you practically worship the real guy, and yet...
Yeah.
It's not just like it's revealed that your brother also is suddenly dressed up like Aaron Carter. Like, no, you saw him dressed up. It's your pants, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He's wearing your pants.
Oh,
anyway,
God.
So they give away their hiding.
Basically, one of the worst things we've ever covered for Christmas in July.
Well, it's not great.
All right.
And so the point being is, out in the open, they give away their positions. Like they basically go for like the plans to make it up as they go along, apparently. So they end up crashing the music video, or at least the rehearsal of the music video, with the dancers, which now, of course, are not in elf costumes, which completely, again, would have come in handy. Or let's see. What the anime was saying? That's it. I'm dressing as an elf from now on. Okay, so the guard chases him, and then we knock a white Christmas tree on him, which I gotta tell you, felt a little uncalled for. The guy's doing his job, admittedly not well, so maybe this is like, man, you should really exercise and put down the food a little more while you're on the job, So come on.
Dragon, he is an overweight security guard in a Disney sitcom. It needs to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Do you feel like a little bad for him they knocked a tree on him?
I mean, honestly, not really, just because I'm so used to the trope.
Right? I love just to sell it. He has the oversized turkey leg too. It's not just like food. It's like, no, he's got the oversized turkey leg.
Right.
All right. So the video director, I assume it's the video director. He thinks that he's pal. I love how palsy he gets with Matt. The boys winning me over so much this episode. So the video director thinks like, oh man, that makes some great stunt elves. Like, yeah, I taught them everything they know. Yeah. Give me one.
Which, honestly, Dragon, that is kind of a realism buy for me personally, where it's like he's like, never seen him before in my life. No, actually, I know I taught him everything. It's like, really, like, at that point, I would be questioning the kid, right?
I don't know, cartoony, it's kind of like a cartoony Hollywood talk thing, like, oh, no, that's a terrible idea. What I mean to say is that's a genius idea.
All right, fair enough.
I'll get a buy more than like they thought he was Aaron Carter.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
I'm saying, compared to all the other buys, Tiki, I think I'm going to let that one slide, because at least it has a nice payoff. All right, so Gordo, he pulls a little Ferris Bueller bit here, where he kind of doubles back to the two lady producers, like, hey, if you're in the market for a new video director or some ideas, like, hey, get back here, Gordo. So the trio, they kind of start to, sort of hide behind giant snowflakes and Christmassy things of the like,
This is where the editing really starts to get weird, because it's like they're kind of like being like they're like being sped up in random bits.
Yeah, and it's like we're basically going in circles, and it's like, why? Then Joe McGuire arrives here to pick Lizzie up, and this is like, we don't have her. Wait, you don't have her? Well, let me in so I can find her. We can't let you in. And there's I love how annoying the guards being with the licorice here, where it's just like, you can say, oh man, this guy deserves
he's like just practically waving it in her face.
You totally know that's the direction. Okay, I want you to really irritate with the licorice.
Then she just grabs him by the collar. You're gonna let me in, and you're gonna let me in now. Do you understand?
That's great. Unfortunately, it did not work out for her. I wish it did, though. Yeah,
but I do like the ripped off Simpsons gag that we get.
Right. Okay, so the kids end up in Aaron Carter's swanky trailer somehow, and
somehow.
You think they put the security there?
I love how it's like they don't even realize that that's where they are. It's like you think there'd be a name on the door. Wait, there is a name on the door. We see it later. What's going on?
Yep. All right. So anyway,
they are like just really unaware of their surroundings.
Yeah. All right, so they're going in there, they're kind of pawing at the fruit basket and everything. Tiki fruit. We put oranges in stockings. Ergo, the fruit becomes seasonal.
Oh dear. Okay. Seasonal fruit. All right. All right.
Okay, so basically, they got nothing plan wise. But then they find Aaron Carter's personal pass, and they make the obvious, like, why didn't we look on the door before we entered the place? It's like, hey, his personal pass. It puts down the tape recorder, like, hey, this is Aaron Carter's orange and his apple, and then there's his manager.
God.
So the manager breaks up.
And then Gordon again. Gordo's. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep calling him Gordon. I'm sorry. Gordo is again, this would be a lot more exciting if I was a 13-year-old girl.
Right, so the manager enters to get to the bottom of things. Meanwhile, Sam McGuire goes for the donut. But then, like an idiot, he runs away. It's like.
Also, can I just say my favorite thing about this catering table is the little personalized buckets full of popcorn.
I mean, not appetizing to me, but you're right. It is a nice touch. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, of course, he runs, and that's not going to end well for him. Then we cut to the. I got to tell you, I'm not crazy about it. So we do that. We just cut to immediately. I imagine we're going to go back and forth to an A story and B story, but no, it's like, okay, so Sam is running, and then we cut to the Great Escape homage with Joe in the holding cell room, little detainment area, tossing the ball, and then basically as Sam's thrown in there too, she realizes, you're not here to bail me out. We're both in trouble.
Yep, they're real persnickety about the donuts around here.
Yeah. So basically, if the security's that tight around the donuts, it's only a matter of time before our kids end up here too. All right, let's see. Okay, so anyway, so the kids are asking the manager if they could, if it's, oh God. When you remember, this is in the spring when they're shooting this. This makes even less sense.
In the spirit of Christmas. Yeah.
Could you grant us one favor and let us meet Aaron Carter? I love that she contemplates, and of course, Anime was real cocky about it, and they're like, no. She's eating in a palm of my hand, then we cut to the mouse strip. That's a clever use of animated Lizzie right there. That's pretty good.
Okay. And then Dragon, get the inside out tissues ready, all right? It's the speech of the century.
Oh, God.
Aaron Carter coming here is the most exciting thing that's ever happened to us. He's cute, he's cool, and he's talented.
Oy.
So please, can one of us just meet him?
So for some reason she okays one, but not the
Dragon,
three.
you know what I was really hoping they'd pull?
What?
I'd be like, all right, but it has to be Gordo.
Oh. That's clever.
Just to fuck with them.
Yep. And Gordo ended up doing
it. Then I can picture, in my own head, I can picture Gordo and Aaron Carter actually, really hitting it off.
Yeah. But we never go that route in these things. We never do.
All right.
So yeah, we didn't go that route. Oddly, and we're gonna meet with one of them, but not all three. It's like that. It's like the unromanticized.
I just think if it was Gordo, that'd be a great kind of monkey's paw scenario, right?
Yeah, no, I think your idea is great. I wish they went that way. So this is like the unemotional version of the ending of the Page Master, where you can only check out 2 books, not 3. But I promised horror.
Oh dear.
I'll let it go this one.
Oh, it's been forever since I thought of that.
Seriously, Page Master is so underrated, man. Can't remember if Joe Johnston directed the live action parts of that or not. I can't remember.
I want to say he did.
I think he did. Anyway, also Ed Begley Jr.'s in that. But anyway, so less interesting. We got to go back to the less interesting things. Okay. So, okay. All right, anyway, so Lizzie nominates Miranda, who is very ecstatic because you got to impress.
You know what, Dragon? I will say this is probably the most Christmassy thing in the
holiday
episode.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's legit trope.
It's a good kind of show of goodwill,
It was a nice moment for sure.
I mean, it's not the ending of Onward by any means, but
no. It's like, instead of like, he told me to give you this hug versus, like, can you get me that autograph?
Right, exactly.
Anyway, so Aaron Carter, we have this cutaway again where animated Liz is like, find out what he sleeps in, which is kind of weird, but okay.
That is weird.
All right, so then we have like the once in a lifetime, kind of like a wish come true bit. All right. Okay, so Miranda comes out of the meet, and Aaron Carl dazed, like utterly dazed.
God.
Said I had talent, which is nice, I'd like to think it's genuine, but I don't know how she sang in the show. I assume she could sing, maybe not. I don't know. All right, so let's see. Lizzie forgot a tape recorder. She goes back for it, and as she knocks on the door to get it.
Okay, this is epic. This is fucking.
And this is the
epic.
point where you and I were wondering, oh my God, we did the meeting with Aaron Carter off screen. I don't know if we're gonna get into the episode.
Dragon, honestly, everything about this, I just love from this. Absolutely tickled my so bad it's good funny mode.
Now I have. This is the big backstory I gotta tell you about.
Oh God, okay.
Okay, so the reason we have an Aaron Carter episode, and now that we have Aaron Carter in the episode,
they were dating, right?
Yeah, they did after this episode. I guess Aaron Carter was gonna, kind of tearing it up, and
oh no! Did the mistletoe seal the deal?
Essentially, yes. I mean, they dated. From what I understand, this episode was the start of them dating. So
they were literal children.
Yeah. So yeah, they dated for I think for like 2 years, and then like they had like one of those. You remember the old? Oh, they don't. Well, this happens today, but it's not as glamorized as it used to be. Like the celebrity feuds where you had like day one. The celebrity feuds going on. Where in this case it was Hillary Duff and Lindsay Lohan. Basically, Aaron Carter left. They broke up and then went to Lindsay Lohan, and basically had a beef.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
So it was over Aaron Carter. That's what that beef was over. Now,
that always felt staged to me, to tell you the truth.
From what I hear, though, I hear that they remain friends. I don't know if it's true today, because Hillary Duff just kind of went off the board until like Talk of This revival for Lizzie McGuire happened, which then fell in death.
Hillary Duff did not go nearly as off the board as Lindsay Lohan did.
Oh, of course not. But that's not sure. What I'm saying is, I hear that I hear that Hillary Duff was actually still friendly with, at least after they broke up, they were real friendly together. So they were nice. They left on good terms. It sounds like. I don't know if that's still true, but at the time they were.
They were like the tweeny bopper version of Justin and Brittany. Dragon. It's adorable.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. So, man, we gotta savor this moment, man, because this moment is like unironically very ironically the best moment in the episode.
God. All right. So Aaron Carter is there in the silvery number.
I feel like he had to wear like high heels or something to even get as tall as Hillary Duff.
I would like to think so, just for my own amusement, but yes. So then we have like the big line, "Merry Christmas, Lizzie McGuire."
Oh, that killed me. that killed me, Dre. It killed me. It murdered me.
Hands are the tape. Because again, he knows her name because it's written on the tape recorder, and that's why they set that up earlier. There's a tape recorder, it's got her name on it. "Merry Christmas, Lizzie McGuire," and they seize the mistletoe. Then we have the most awkward slow-mo ever.
Man. I was dying. I was genuinely like, this gave me, like, I will say, as a whole, this episode is a little underwhelming, like, as far as the Christmas stuff goes, absolutely. But this moment right here gave me everything I wanted as far as the so bad it's good quality of what this episode could have brought.
And by way of mistletoe, ergo.
Yep. I was laughing so hard between the whole "Merry Christmas, Aaron," "Merry Christmas, Lizzie McGuire."
Yeah, I so concede he's going to say it to himself. He's just like,
"Merry Christmas, Aaron Carter."
I'm just pulling a Homelander right now. I'm pretending that you're me.
Oh, God. And then the mistletoe, it's all perfect, Dragon. It's fucking perfect. It's honestly one of the funniest so bad it's good things I've seen all year.
And we have the animated Lizzie basically named Scooby-Doo after a Scooby snack.
What cracks me up too is it's just the fact that he practically shuts the door in her face after it happens. It's not even like a "see you around" or anything like that. It's just kind of like, "Merry Christmas, Lizzie McGuire. Here's your awkward mistletoe kiss. Okay, bye."
Yep. All right, so then we have oh god, so then we have her telling her friends, I got the tape recorder and more, and then we have like animated Lizzie in the limo going like, now my life's complete. Yep. All right, so a bad slow-mo kiss with Aaron Carter, my life's complete. Okay, there you go. All right, so Lizzie McGuire, then, let's see. Lizzie McGuire, please pick up your parents at the tension, which is a funny line.
It's got to be a reference to, it's got to be, like, not a reference, but I feel like it's got to be inspired by the famous line from The Simpsons, Itchy and Scratchy Land. Marge Simpson, will you please proceed to the security booth to pick up your son and your fatter, balder, older son?
So I mean, I do like that we subvert, like, we didn't have the convention of like the parents and like arguing over the misunderstanding or so. I like that we didn't see that. I'll give them points there. So before the guard gets him yet again, which here's the question, man, for a guy that out of shape who basically couldn't nab him during all those chases, think of that. We heard his voice from the booth, and there he is.
Yeah.
He moved like oh boy, Brad Grunberg. It became the Flash in this season of Heroes, kids.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like just imagine, like, yeah, Greg Grunberg needs a stunt double, so we call him Brad Grunberg.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a dumb joke. No one's gonna get. But so, the point being, the director and Matt bail them out here. Basically, they save the day because we need stunt elves. There's the best stunt elves in the business, and we put them in the video, so it all works out for the kids. And even
Looks
the
like
guard.
we're all invited to Aaron's party.
Yeah, they're all invited to Aaron's party, and I love a stupefied. But the guard's mugging the camera. He's all stupefied. Like, what? The whole purpose of the episode. They think I got in. What? Basically, everyone's invited except the cartoon that looks like. So then we have Aaron Carter singing again one of his, basically his, I want to say, it was his big song, I Want Candy, right? That was his huge.
That and Aaron's Party, Come Get It.
Oh, that's why that's.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely why they said the Aaron's Party thing.
Yeah, that's why they keep harking on the party. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, try to forget about Aaron Carter, but there you go. All right. Okay, so anyway, so he sings "I Want Candy" again. Pretty much sounds like a 13-year-old girl singing it, but by all means. So we have the Christmas backdrop. So again, to give us some of our Christmas in here, we're gonna have our elf dancers and some decorations. Kind of some Christmassy accoutrements with snow, fake snow.
Here's what bothers me, Dragon. It's like if they want to do "I Want Candy," fine. Like, they couldn't have just at least spruced up the song a little bit with some Christmas, like even some Christmas instruments, like some jingle bells or something to make it a little bit more Christmassy than just like, all right, guys, we're going to do "I Want Candy" again.
Yeah, like, what if the whole dent was jingle bells, like, like bells ringing?
Right. It bothered me. That bothered me. That
either that. I mean, it's probably like a logistical thing. If you alter the song, then it comes like you're creating a new Aaron Carter song. There's all paperwork and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe that and the whole. That also, we should have featured candy canes more with all that, just with the candy focus. I felt. I don't know. It's like just like Christmas candy or something. I don't know.
I hear you. I totally hear you.
I mean, I know it's about a girl named Candy, but Okay, anyway, let's see. So I love the guard gets to be in the video too, and it's like, he still has not put down that tray of food. So again, ends with a dance party, and more importantly, Gordo got to film it on the sides. Yeah.
Happy ending.
And there's some bloopers. They had fun. Yay them. Okay.
Right. Oh God. All right. So Dragon, honestly, final thoughts. Like, is a Christmas special. This thing is honestly one of the least Christmassy things we've ever talked about. It's like it's so in the background that it's kind of comical. Is this so bad it's good thing though? I really do genuinely enjoy this, and this kind of scratched my itch in the way that I was hoping it would. So ultimately I'm satisfied with this.
Good for you. So final thoughts from me. I can't shake the feeling that Lizzie McGuire did not age as well as I hoped it would. Especially with all that talk, like when Disney Plus was getting going about this whole Lizzie McGuire revival and everything. But yeah, it was like yeah, let's go back to that well. And I realized, oh god, maybe I don't know, maybe we should. I don't know if we should go back to that well. I don't know. Or I like backlot shenanigans. I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, all that sort. I love the backlot shenanigans. I love that as an idea, much as the next guy. And I appreciate elements like the Christmas in July, or in this case Christmas in spring, and that whole thing, and how we kind of get that. But just on the Aaron Carter stand-in runner, that's pretty funny. But there's just not a lot there. Aaron Carter is a very weak sauce subject and guest star. We have Gordo remind us of that fact that a lot with the whole 13-year-old girl factor runner throughout the episodes. Like, yeah, we're calling it out that we're reaching a percentage of a demographic here that maybe was not the best idea, and we made it a Christmas thing for some reason. It really baffles me. Why would it be Aaron Carr doing a Christmas video of all things? When you really think about it, it's like it just could have been Aaron Carr doing a music video.
When it's not even it's not even a Christmas song,
right? I mean, yeah, it's like what sense does it make when you think? It's like, guys, if you want to do a Christmas episode, there's a billion. Like, Tiki and I got to test this. There's a billion other directions you can go with it. At least 5 frequently used things you can go with.
With Aaron Carter, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you want Aaron, if he has to be there, yeah.
Oh, he has to be there. Make no mistake. I would not have done this if it wasn't for the Aaron Carter
simple
factor.
Simple alteration, but here's the flaw. You'd have to learn Christmas songs. You have a Christmas concert, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe he's signing CDs for a Christmas album. I don't know. But anyway, so I mean, it's what it is. So let's recount. Let's do a little distance here. Let's wind the clocks back and then talk about the our Christmas tropes here.
All right. So we have the whole idea of filming the Christmas thing before Christmas. Oh god. We have elf costumes. We have the Christmas photo. Let's see. Snowflakes. Christmas trees.
Fake snow.
Yeah, fake
Christmas commercialism.
Sure, absolutely.
We had the big Christmas sacrifice, right? The holiday sacrifice.
Of course. Who was the Scrooge? I guess the security guard.
I mean, well, he does have an arc. I mean, he's in the video at the end. I mean,
Dragon, I feel like we've got a lot more lats on our Scrooge runner over the years.
I mean, it's either that or it's Gordo. I think technically the Scrooge is Gordo, but I mean, he has Happy at the end filming, and he got what he wanted. I don't know if he's that much of a Scrooge, though. That's the thing. It's either Gordo or the guard. If we even need a Scrooge in this thing.
And then, of course, the big mistletoe moment.
Yep, the big mistletoe moment for sure. And again, in general, I think you might mention at the top again the whole Christmas in July aspect of the whole
Christmas songs, but not really.
There weren't any Christmas songs in this Tiki. Just "I Want Candy" doesn't count. It was shot like you had Christmas dancers, you had elf dancers and everything, and elves and Christmas big. Again, we had a white Christmas tree. You don't see that too often.
All right, Dragon. Just do the bit and don't spend too long on the bit. It doesn't deserve it.
Tiki, I'm mad as heck, and I'll tell you why. For all this time, we had to sit through this thing, and we went over the tropes, the few that exist, and you know what? I just want to put a button on it so we can go home, but I can't think of what to label this. I don't know, and I'm so embittered, like David Tennant voicing Scrooge, thinking about Santa Claus. I just got nothing. We need something we can say that it's like a scientific thing, something not jingle bells, but something circular and leafy.
All right, this is already too much time, Dragon. Let's go ahead. Let's put the mythical the mythical Aaron Carter mistletoe and put it underneath the microscope.
At this point, I don't care. Fine.
Next time on Christmas in July.
La 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 la. Bah humbug.
Oh God. Oh. Merry Christmas, Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, Canada.
So what? I'm a box